Hey folks, hope you're well. My name is Mike James. Many thanks for joining me on this free author training video today. Now, for those of you who don't know me, over the past 8 years, I've helped turn 4,500 amateur, wannabe, brand new authors into full-time writers who are able to live off their book sales. This is my free YouTube channel where I just put up videos once or twice a week to share some tips and help push you along that road as well. And in today's quick video, we're going to be taking a little bit of a look at book blurbs, namely what they are and why they are so damn important. So let's get going. I'm going to be living here on the corner of your screen. I'm going to be referring to some notes, so you might not always see me looking directly at you. And we're going to plow through this as quickly as we can as well. It's a really, really powerful video. So first, let's take a look at what is a book blurb. So a book blurb essentially is a synopsis of your plot, but it's more than that. It's also a storefront for your book. It, along with your cover art, is what entices your reader to buy your book. Now, a blurb can appear in quite a few places, either on the back of physical books, on the inside cover of your hardback book, or on your sales page, whether it's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or perhaps even your website. Book blurbs also appear on the Goodreads page for your book, so you can see how important it is to get it right, because it really is the virtual salesperson for your hard work. Book blurbs, at their very basic, include a short description of your book and a selection of positive reviews if there are any to use. Unpublished books that haven't been sent out yet as advanced reader copies, of course, will not have usable reviews. Now, here's an important tip though. Book blurbs are not a chance to sell your reader and tell them the entire plot. This may seem silly to you, but it's something that far too many authors do. Now, no lie, I once worked with an author who included in his book blurb the fact that his hero dies. Couldn't help but shake my hands, couldn't help but shake my head. How could he be expecting to sell books when he'd just given the entire game away? No potential reader wants to know such a huge plot point from the outset, because it completely spoils the pleasure of the reading journey. It's a blurb because it's short. Blurbs are by their very nature. But remember that it should also be sexy, because it sells the book. Let's get to the heart of why book blurbs are so important. Again, we have to return to the metaphor of the storefront. Your blurb is the first impression that you'll leave on a potential reader. So if the blurb is boring, riddled with typos, please spell check that blurb, doesn't follow the sales formula, is dull, or gives too much information away, you risk alienating the reader before they've begun to really show you any kind of interest. Not to mention, the quality of your blurb is even more essential when it comes to Amazon. Amazon will grab keywords from your blurb in order to feed their search results. So say your book is a romantic suspense and it features a love story between a bodyguard and his client. If you don't mention any keywords in your blurb, readers that are searching for bodyguard romance, your book just won't appear for them. We'll point out that you should never litter your book blurb either with tons of keywords. They call it keyword stuffing, as Amazon may penalize you for it and readers will be turned off. But remember to cater to Amazon's algorithm in a subtle way, as it's vital for ranking your book in their search results. And of course, getting more readers in the process. Now we'll break down the description. First, go and look at some books, both physical copies and on Amazon. Take a peek at the flow of the blurb, what information's included and how it's set up. You should notice that there's a distinct formula that these follow. Of course, there may be outliers, but generally speaking, you'll find that they're set up like this. Number one, a headline that draws your attention immediately, pulls focus and sets up the theme. Number two, a first paragraph that introduces the main character and includes the crux of the action or plot. Number three, a second paragraph that teases the reader with a taste of the action or twist, but never spoils. This is the section where the reader becomes invested. They should feel as if they need to know more. Well, now they are emotionally engaged. And number four, a last line that leaves the reader hanging, anxious to read the book. So digging a little deeper into the book blurb formula, we have that crucial first line. On Amazon especially, readers will only be shown the first line or two of your blurb. They actually have to click to read more, which is quite a big ask. So as you can see, you have no choice but to knock that first line out of the park. It's no secret that established authors, of course, have it a ton easier. Not only is their name recognizable, but they can call on past books or link up to an established series and connect emotionally with readers that way. So if you're just starting out, it's, well, a little bit more complicated. First, draw from your genre. Look at best-selling books and see how the first line hooks those readers in. Make it punchy and irresistible for the genre itself. If you have a glowing review from a publication or a reader, there's a killer line in there somewhere. Grab it and put it as your second sentence. Remember to ask for honest opinions from your impartial friends or peers. And, well, when in doubt, ask yourself if you'd read more. Be brutal, I know it's tough, and please trust your gut instinct. Now, the big question I'm sure you're wondering, should you pay somebody to write your blurb? The short answer, yes, you probably should. Blurbs, remember, like everything else that you do, they're an art form. They're an art form all of their own, and paying for a professional to do this can be invaluable. I've heard of authors doubling or tripling their sales income just from having a better, more optimized blurb. However, if you can't afford it, if it's just not something you're keen on right now, don't sweat it. We know that many authors are on a very tight budget and they need to pick and choose what they spend their marketing dollars on. It is perfectly okay to write your own. Look, you know your book better than anyone, so we're not telling you have to pay someone. If you can, go for it. If not, absolutely cool to stick with something that you write yourself. Now, the key is to do some great research. Go deeper into the formula we mentioned and really dig into the principles behind it. Read dozens of blurbs in your genre. Take notes and try to pinpoint what makes successful authors successful with their blurb. That's a tough line. And what makes some not. Take your time writing yours and have some impartial folks read it. Ask them for honest opinions. Finally, test your blurb. If you find your sales are slow, go back to the drawing board, repeat the process above, and see how you can make it better and more optimized. There really is no shame in having 2 or 3 book blurbs over a course of 6 months and testing those things out. Split testing, if any of you are familiar with marketing, and that marketing phrase is always a way to be continually optimizing, which in turn will continually bring you more income. ABT, always be testing. Well, that brings us to the end of this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this quick tips video has been extremely helpful. Remember to connect with me on Facebook for lots more marketing content. That's facebook.com/by-Mike-James. Also, you can hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss a thing. Have a great day, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you next time.